previous AI systems were one of two things, typically. They were either regressors or classifiers. And what that means at a really high level is either, they tell you yes or no to a question, or they predict like a number, between like 0 and 1. Like, for example, predict the value of this house in 2 years. All right. So those are the two types of ML or AI systems that we had, before this past 2 years or so. And in the last 2 years, and notably in the last like 8 months, really, we've seen an explosion here, is the advent of these generative AI systems. And with generative AI, you're able to interact with them in a much more human way than those previous systems, right? So like previous chatbot systems were essentially a bunch of those classifiers strung together, asking themselves internally a bunch of yes or no questions, throwing answers back at you, versus this newer tech is a lot more similar to the same way that a human brain like registers, internalizes, and then outputs conversation. So yeah, really just a complete paradigm shift in the types of models that are available to developers now. So that's a big one. And another really, really big thing is the hardware. Like, this is really an unsung hero behind the scenes here. But being able to run these AI models like cheaply and effectively, and being able to train them on like huge volumes of data cheaply and effectively is only a recent thing. There are a lot of like great hardware engineers putting in the work, building these like machine learning inference processors that have really allowed for the explosion of generative AI. Because the concepts that would have allowed for generative AI existed a while ago, but they were literally just cost prohibitive to train and bring about, and now it's possible. So that's why this explosion is occurring.